Hi, my name is Doc Kasama. I'm your host for Taking Ownership. This is a show by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. If you want to own a business, this is the show to watch. Please subscribe so that you can get the latest episodes. Hi everyone, welcome to Taking Ownership. My name is Doc Kasama. My guest today is Vicky Malan, all the way from South Africa to Kelowna to Calgary. How did you end up here?
So I've always wanted to immigrate, and I took the plunge and I ended up in Canada, one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and I should have done it long ago, but the timing was perfect.
Awesome.
The timing was perfect, the opportunities were perfect, and this is why I'm here at the moment, and this is what brought me to DMA Global.
Yeah, and so currently you're with DMA Global.
Correct.
And you've obviously created a lot of success for yourself in your journey.
Yes.
You're a business owner in South Africa, and you
Correct.
ran, several branches or big franchise, call it. And now you're in Canada.
Yes.
And you're managing franchises.
Exactly.
Right? What made you take that risk and jump into your own vehicle of running a business?
So from a very young age, I grew up in a household where if you wanted something other than what your parents bought you, you go out and you earn pocket money. So first job I ever took was 14 years old, worked in my uncle's shop selling pastry. He was not allowed to pay me yet. I wasn't of legal age to be able to work. So I got paid in pastry or a cake or stationery, whatever the case might be. And to me, that type of achievement where I could go and buy something with my own money, that's where it got to me. And that's what I wanted to do. And I said to myself, I want to be able to be in a position where I can not only help myself, but help another party as well. That to me is motivating in itself. Being able to help other people, like they say, you teach somebody to fish, you don't fish for them. So you teach somebody, and that's basically what I wanted to do. So, yeah.
Right. And so, and you've had businesses in different industries.
Yes.
And so would you say, taking the leap of starting your own business, what are the three biggest lessons that you've learned from the different businesses that you've run?
So one of the biggest lessons I've learned is you've got to be persistent and consistent. Those two aspects, if you've got to try, because you're going to fail at certain things. You're going to make mistakes, and you're going to learn from those mistakes. I'm a huge optimist. I'm a very positive type of person. I like to find a solution for everything. And I've made mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I've developed. I've evolved.
Right.
And anybody can own a business. If you put your mind to it, you grab the opportunity and you run with it. You can make a success out of anything.
You said persistence and consistency.
And consistency.
Is that one lesson, or is that two lessons?
That's two different lessons in two different parts of my life.
Right.
But yes, you've got to be very persistent. A little bit of stubbornness with the persistency, but you've got to be very persistent. I believe nothing is a no. Nothing is a no. Everything
What do you
is a
mean
no.
by that? Nothing.
So if you do try something in life, say for instance, even you approach a client and a client says no, or they just say not now. I believe it's a not now. Not at this time. I believe
So you don't believe in no's?
No.
Okay.
Because you can persuade somebody, or you can persuade a situation, or you can change your own destiny. So it's never a no.
I see.
You try and see what is the reason for the no, and you find a solution for the no.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just the season is not right, the timing is not right, the person approaching the client is not right. You need support, you need guidance, you need a little bit more experience in the approach.
Yeah.
So nothing is never a no.
Okay. I like that mindset. So it's either now or
It's a not now.
Not now or later, perhaps.
Yes.
And so that's persistency and consistency. And what is the third thing you would say in that lesson of 3?
You've got to be positive. You've got to pick yourself up from the ground and dust yourself off and try again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing for me, is because we all fall.
Oh, you're kind of like a cat. You just need to keep coming back.
I'm more like a chameleon. A cat's got 9 lives.
Yeah.
You're more like a chameleon. You've got to adapt to the situation as well.
Right.
I would say the third thing would be, for me, the biggest thing would you need to put in the work.
Right.
You need to put in the work as well. So that's one of the lessons. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to see the results.
I see. You were an athlete as well growing up. I was an athlete, and we were both very entrepreneurial. Would you say, is it how hard you work, or is it working smart? Which one would you say?
So I believe in the beginning, when you start working, when you start your career, you tend to work hard because you don't know better. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you don't just want to work hard or just smart, because it takes time, it takes maturity, it takes a lot of experience before you get to that level where you only work smart. Because if you're passionate about what you do, you're going to be working long hours regardless, because our brain never shuts down. I'm working 24/7 and I'm loving it, because that's what your passion tells you to do, and that's where it lies.
Right.
Coming from a sport background as well, doing athletics, being a long distance runner, you got to put in the work. If you don't practice, you're not going to be able to get to the finish line. And it's not only about getting to the finish line, it's how fast you can get there without exhausting yourself, because there's going to be another race again. You understand? So it's hard and smart, but you recovery in the same process. So I think it's the same with business as well.
So how important is that recovery?
Recovery is the most important part. I can
and how
tell
do you
you
recover how do you recover as a business owner when you work all the time?
You learn from your mistakes. That's it. You learn, what did I do wrong? What can I do differently? Like I've mentioned before, I like to find solutions. I like to find another way. If you try one way and it's not working for you, try a different way. Keep on trying until you succeed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously you achieved success. And, when you started off early in your career, and then you eventually owned a business that was successful. Based on how you envisioned it starting off, is that how you ended up?
Definitely. I'm not at the finish line yet. Definitely not, because what I've got in plan for myself for the future is being out there, being bigger, being better, with the right support system and the right company. The moment where I'm at the right place, the right time for that to happen. So I'm very excited about my future going ahead. I'm not even halfway. Coming from owning a business, like I've mentioned before, it takes risk. It takes a lot of risk, and everybody can be nervous at the same time when you do take that risk. But at the end of the day, if you don't try, you won't know if you'll succeed.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you made that leap into your first business, what allowed you to bet on yourself?
So I knew my capability. I know what I'm able to do, and I knew what I wanted to do as well. I've always had a vision that I wanted to be a business owner. I want to own shares. I want to be a leader. I want to be a mentor. I want to be a role model.
Is it because of the money? Is it because of the title? Is it because of the what in your heart, wanted you to have that? It's
everything. It's what I want to achieve as a person. Being able to do something myself. I want to be able to do everything for myself. Not that I'm only independent, but I wanted to be able to achieve and learn through the process as well. So, yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Taking Ownership. If you want to hear more videos about entrepreneurs from all walks of life, please subscribe and stay tuned for our next episode.